What's going on, guys? Hey, how are you? Repeat back with you for another Saturday Night Showdown iRacing truck race from here. Yeah, man, I tell you what, Talladega, here we are. We're going to have just about, 17 guys going to try to get high, wide, and 3-wide action for these guys. Sorry about that. Trying to get a couple of last minute things situated, excuse me. But definitely hope everybody out there is all right. Zone, good to see you. Thanks for coming out as always. Definitely appreciate it. And yeah, let's see if we can catch up with a couple of these last minute qualifiers and find out exactly where they're going to be able to set along that that scoring pylon to the left hand side. Let's go. Let's do one real quick audio check out there. Make sure that we've got everything right where we need it so you get the best. Yep, it looks like everything is right where it needs to be. So you should be able to hear these things screaming around this 2.66 mile tri-oval super speedway, best known as Talladega. How about all the truck and Xfinity racing that went on this afternoon? A lot of weird but exciting action. All races long, I guess you could say. Talladega takes no prisoners. I'm sure it will not be any different tonight. Man, you are not kidding. As Elric George goes up to P number 5. Looks like Jacob Blankenship has also come on out in his pristine auction.com number 85. So far, Aiden Norman is at the top of the qualifying boards with Joshua Gaiman and Andrews P number 3. Byron Jones P4. Elric George, we just saw him finish up his lap. Tommy Sears, Alexander, Kerr, Catania, Honeybrink, Reynolds, Brill, Blankenship, and Allen so far. How does the actual stream look, ladies and gents? A couple things I changed here lately. Just want to make sure that everything's on the up and up. It looks amazing on my side. How's it looking out there to you, Zone, and anybody else that may be out there amongst the Roku, Twitch, or Facebook viewers? Let me know. How's the stream looking tonight? Looks like Jacob Blankenship, he's going to go ahead and lock it down for P6. So for the guys that have yet to take time, going to be Briley Wright in his 51, Tommy Withers in that 6, and then the number 64 Chevy for Mark Brewster. Going to be a new addition, I believe, unless he raced a while back, and I'm just now, or I'm just not remembering the name. No offense to him. But all right. Looking good, says Zone. Well, definitely appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. Kind of take a look around this place. Just, camera to camera. See what's going on. I apologize. I literally just it was with all the storm repair and my occupation. It's been a very, very long couple of days. I came home from work about 6 o'clock this afternoon, and yeah, I just woke up about 20 minutes ago, give or take. So apologize if I seem a little out of sorts. Just trying to get up, get going, and get this thing done for this this really, really good ARCS community. A lot of fun. Race 7 nights a week. Obviously here on Saturday nights, on Thursdays with their Thursday Night Thunder series. All kinds of great racing all week long. So make sure you give them a follow on their Twitter ARCS_racing, and you'll know exactly when these guys are live, what their schedule looks like, and you know, keep up with them. Definitely worth it. Well worth it. All right, again, Briley Wright, Tommy Withers, and Mark Brewster yet to have gone out. Aiden Norman still sitting P number 1. Let's see if we can't show you a little bit of how practice went while we're waiting on these guys to go ahead and hit that grid button. So as you can see, Tommy Sears never mind. Qualifying is over. So let's go ahead and clear all that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and grid up, and let's go ahead and actually show you the grid. All right, so like I was saying, Aiden Norman in P number 1 in that 62. Next going to be the 61 for Joshua Gaiman to his outside. Tom Andrews in that 24 P3. Byron Jones in that number 29 P number 4. Then we're going to have Elric George just to his inside. Looks like a little bit of an issue. Maybe somebody blinking. Not quite sure, but we'll get back to it. Yeah, so Elric George, Jacob Blankenship for row number 3. Row 4 is going to be Tom Sears and Jason Alexander. Row number 5, James Kerr and Tristan Catania. Below these guys is going to be Jonathan Honeybrink and Tommy Reynolds. Then we're going to have Jeremy Brialt and Patrick Allen for row number 7. Row 8 is going to be Tommy Withers and Briley Wright. And as I mentioned, in 17th, in that number 64 is going to be Mark Brewster and his Chevrolet Silverado. So let's go ahead and clear all that and get ready to set these guys off. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I mean, Talladega racing, super speedway racing in general, is always a lot of fun. Whether it's here or Daytona or the iRacing Super Speedway or the newly configured Atlanta Motor Speedway, super speedway racing is always a ton of fun. So yeah, let's get ready to set these guys off. Just that little bit of blinkage is going to make about the
Good luck, guys.
Second half. Whoop, let me go ahead and clear that. My bad, guys. At least you know they're wishing each other good luck, right? All right. All right, so now you won't be able to hear the drivers. Maybe one of these nights on a race that's going to be wide open, maybe we should do like a live, completely live race, and hear the conversations between them right along with me, so you know what's happening, when they're telling each other when they're gonna be pitting and all that, so you know what's going on too. Maybe one of these nights we'll have. We'll set something like that up. Maybe for the championship race that'll be coming in just a few weeks. Maybe we'll go ahead and set that up. That might be kind of fun to do. So you get the full effect, the full everything that's going on. All right, pace car has gone ahead and pulled away. Let's go ahead and get ready to set this off. Barney the flagman's going to have them in his sights. That's 62 of Aiden Norman, about ready to stomp on the loud pedal. Coming through the tri-oval. Got the 61 of Joshua Gaiman to his outside. Green flag's out. Let's go racing. Coming to complete lap number 1, it's going to be the 61 of Joshua Gaiman on the high side, with the 29 of Byron Jones giving him a shove and making him clear the 62 of Aiden Norman on the bottom. So that puts Byron Jones P3, Tom Andrews P number 4, and Jacob Blankenship P and number 5. And the positions will continue to change lap after lap. Let's go ahead and bring up your scoring pylon right now. Let's go ahead and bring up your track map so you know where everybody is all night long. And man, what a great race this is going to be. So far, so good. Still double file all the way through. No issue at all, and it literally looks like they just took the green flag. Big welcome to everybody that just joined, whether it's out there on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, or the Sim Racing channel through Roku TV. I am Pete Ruzick, best known as Repeat 1975 from back in the day. This is the ARCS iRacing Saturday Night Showdown Truck Series live from Dega. Welcome aboard. Gonna take it 3 wide. There's a whole lot of action in the middle and up on that high side. I'm sorry, up on the bottom side rather. Anywhere on this track is up when you're talking about 33-degree banking almost all the way around this place. And how about that? Continuing to shuffle. Briley Wright all the way in the back just went purple with a lap of 52.01. We're talking a draft lap all the way in the back from P16, 4 or 5 tenths faster than the rest of the field. So you know that he's back there really trying to get after it. But at the same time, in that big draft, he's able to save fuel as well. How about that? Oh yeah, race may be virtual with action, very, very real. So just like the logo for the Sim Racing channel, real racing, and that's exactly what this is, just virtually. Looks like that line up top kind of fell apart. And the 62 of Aiden Norman with Tom Andrews on that bottom side, able to go ahead and solidify P number 1 and 2. There you see the 40 of Elric George and Tom Sears. They're going to be side by side behind them, all double file. So now just the top 3, single file, coming around to complete lap number 5. We'll be starting lap number 6 next time by. So far, all green flag racing. Lap 5 of 67 in the books, and I believe we've already had 3 different leaders in just the first handful of laps. You see that 75 of James Kerr kind of hitting that yellow line, going down just a little bit, upsetting the balance of that black acid machine, and everybody behind. One of the biggest things about super speedway racing, everybody believes that they're just wide open. Not so much. These guys are off the throttle or part throttle more often than they are full throttle. They're basically just riding unless they get a big run or somebody kind of messes up just a little bit in front of them. They are not by any means full throttle. The biggest one of the biggest rules for super speedway racing is don't push the pusher, right? So right now the 24 and the 62, they're full out. I mean, I'm sorry, actually the 14 and the 62, I should say, they are full out. Everybody else in the back, they are more off the throttle than they are, but the guys in second and fourth, Tom Sears and Jason Alexander, they're hooked up to the leaders in both of those lines. Everybody else, almost no contact because they don't want to kind of cause, like, I don't want to say an accordion effect, but if they're pushing the person in front and you push them, you're almost like going to push them up or maybe push them out of the groove or get them all kinds of jammed up and could actually cause a caution. So right now these guys doing a great job. Let's go ahead and jump on board rather with Tom Sears and see what he's got going on and how smooth of a wheel he's having to hold that thing all the way around this track. Yellow flag number 1 is out. Looks like this might have something to do with Jacob Blankenship and Tristan Catania a little bit further in the back. Let's go ahead and break away from this, go back, find out exactly what happened, and pick up with it. Looks like Byron Jones might have gotten into it a little bit later as well. But let's go back with Tristan Catania right now. Oh, Tristan up into the inside wall, got spun, came on back down. That's going to send the 74 up to the wall. Let's actually go ahead and widen this out to like a... Let's go ahead and widen this out with this camera, and we'll play that again. But let's go ahead and rewind it just a little bit, because as you can see, the 7 was already making contact right there. All right, actually, you know what? Let's bring this up to the chopper view and see how it looked from there. There we go. Let's get it up from this view, and let's go ahead and find out right now. Hard shot. 74 gets door bank clipped again, up into the wall, and just nowhere to go for some of the guys. And that's how Byron Jones, you see at the very last minute, 29 goes around from getting a little bit of a clip to the left rear. But I don't think he got too much damage. All right, let's go ahead and bring it back live. All right, so they're all going to come on down pit road and get their trucks fixed up as much as they can. Aiden Norman, Thomas Andrews, Elric George going to be your top 3. Tom Sears, that we're riding right behind or riding with right now, going to be P4, and James Kerr, P number 5. We'll let them come off pit road, then maybe we can actually grab a leader, see who it's going to be. Looks like the leader off pit road is going to be Aiden Norman. So let's see if we can't grab Aiden right quick. Aiden, it's repeat up in the booth. You got a copy in that Midwest Barbecue number 62.
Yes, I do.
Well, I'll tell you what, that RaceArcs.com Toyota is looking pretty good. You've been able to stay very competitive and up front for most of the 10 laps that we've run so far. I had, I think, maybe 3 or 4 different leaders up to this point. Looks like it was a little bit of a case of don't push the pusher in the back. And the 48 of Catania and a couple of others ended up getting tagged up or mixed up in that caution. How are you feeling about the track conditions, the weather, the field, and the competition so far, sir?
Track and truck feel great. Everything feels as you'd expect it to. It's a plate race, so just keep it forward and hope you go faster than everyone else. Use a little bit of draft, and I've got a lot of teammates in the field tonight too. Team Outlaw, bunch of us are in here. Bunch of us are in the top 10, so I've got a lot of people to work with too.
Yeah, when I pulled you up, talking about James Kerr, Bradley Wright, Jonathan Honeybrink, Andrews, and Tom Sears. I mean, all kinds of people back there. You were able to grab the Smeal podium, or I'm sorry, the Smeal pole award rather. So you haven't lost anything. You're sitting right where you are. Do you think you could finish there also?
I like to hope so, but it's a plate race, and these things always get wild towards the end. So I'm just here to have fun for now. If the win comes to me, then I'll be happy. But you've always got to keep your expectations low in races like this.
You moved up from the ARCS series on console under the gamer tag of ARCS. How are you finding iRacing compared to console racing?
Oh, it's a lot different, especially compared to what we were running, but at the same time, it's a lot more fun, and it seems to be a lot more competitive too. I think there's skill gaps that are bigger, but also towards the front, there's skill gaps that are smaller, and makes it a lot more interesting because it can flip-flop every race, who's in front, who's behind. So it's a new challenge, and that's always fun. So I'm enjoying it, and obviously this league's got a lot of great people, so I couldn't ask for anything more.
All right, Aiden. Well, I see the lights atop the pace car are out. The 24s to your outside, all double file back up. I'll go ahead and get you back with your Team Outlaw teammates. You know I'm a fan, sir. Go on up there, go get them, and good luck.
Thank you, Pete.
You got it. All right, so we got Aiden back where he belongs, right with his teammates, and this is going to be a lot of fun as this night continues, and I can't wait to see how this all unfolds. Again, big thank you to everybody out there in the audience tonight, watching either on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or the Sim Racing channel on Roku TV. I actually just gave away a year's subscription to the Sim Racing channel on Roku just last week by random draw as kind of a thank you during my 4-year anniversary as a streamer, broadcaster, commentator, co-commentator. It's been a lot of fun over the last 4. And if you go back to my YouTube page, I mean, you're talking almost 400 videos that are all stacked up just like this field. And here is to 4 more or more great years as you see the pace car go ahead and pull off. And we're going to go ahead and take this green. It looks like Aiden Norman kind of pulled a little bit of a surprise move on the rest of the field, but this is not something that he would have. If the 24 didn't go with him right there, he would have been a sitting duck with the rest of the field, because right now they're all kind of strewn around a little bit. If he was by himself, that would have been his doom, because everybody else would have been able to get right back into a pack and race right on by. But because the 24 was with him, and you see that line now, that's not going to be the case. But it definitely left some people a little bit further in the back. All right, so there's another restarted lap all the way around. 14 back to the outside with Elric George in that 40 right behind. New fastest lap set by a guy that was actually just involved in that last wreck. Talking about the 48 of Catania, as he went purple with a 51.82. Fastest lap so far. And Tommy Reynolds in that 29. Hold on to it, buddy. Made a little bit of contact, I believe, with that Coors machine, but he was able to hold on to it in that 53 Byron trying to get that high side moving again. He's got the 20 right in his pocket. Oh, Byron's slipping up a little bit now. The 53 is going to go ahead and go with him. And will the 53 shove, or is the 53 a little upset at that door contact? So far, it looks like he's just going to go ahead and shove and keep things rolling. Still great side-by-side battle between Tom Sears and Aiden Norman. Elric George and Tom Andrews doing everything that they can to push, and push they will all race long. Doesn't matter whether it's for the lead or with just a little bit of an air push, as these trucks are and cars and all that, as what this kind of racing is known for. Not necessarily making contact with the car right ahead of you, but pushing with that air, pushing with that bubble, so to speak. That's something that's very big in the next gen series. They don't actually have to make contact in order to be very, very fast. And yeah, these guys doing a phenomenal job, and they just pushed. I believe that's going to be the 61 maybe game in. Nope, not the 61. How about Jonathan Honeybrink in that 20 up to the high side, but able to find a hole and dive right back in. He's got that Midwest barbecue machine right behind him. Not a whole lot of change up top. Still Tom Sears and the 62 of Aiden Norman. Out there in chat, who would you like to ride on board with? Kind of keep up with a lap or two when we do the next crank it up session. When we jump on board with one of these drivers, is now you see them 3 wide for about P number 5. You see that Coors machine up top. You see Byron Jones in that 29, and you see that truck on bottom, 3rd in line. Talking about the 75 of James Kerr right now, sitting in P number 6, going down a backstretch into turn 3, still 3 wide for P5. Nobody's going to give. That Coors truck now has a big old push from the 20 of John Honeybrink, but it looks like they're going to go ahead, find a hole, dive back in. There was just no momentum and no other trucks up that way. They were starting to lose time. Just as I say that, looks like Byron's going to go ahead and test the waters up top again. Nope, he's going to fall in right behind the 40 of Elric George as well. Oh, 53 got turned. Went up and tagged the wall, but it looks like we're going to stay green flag racing. A great save by that Coors truck a little bit further in the back. Talking about Jason Alexander, and as you see smoke pouring out that the rear end of that machine. He's going to have to come on down pit road, get that fixed up best that he can. Either burn his one fast repair, or just stay on pit road for a while. Very, very unfortunate for this 53. All right, so chat, tell me, who do you guys want to get loud with? Who are we going to jump on board with for a lap or two around Talladega? Let me know. First name I see is where we're going to go. Byron Jones with a little bit of help, way up high, trying to go ahead and grab and lead a lap for himself. But now looks like we're going to end up 4 wide right there for P number 4, talking about the 60. Whoa! That was not going to work coming off turn 4. Big wreck in the back. Byron Jones, Joshua Gaiman, Jonathan Honeybrink, and several others involved in this wreck. We kind of saw the back half of the field just get enveloped in this wreck. Let's see if we can go back with Byron, find out exactly what happened, and go from there. So we see the 4 wide. It looks like Byron stays up. No, bottom line comes on up and collects a few others. You see the 61 and more. Man, let's watch that again from TV2. Yeah, you just see the 40 of Elric George come on up. You see the 14 go airborne. Oh, hard shot to the inside wall from the 20 of Honeybrink. And Byron Jones grabs the gear, lights him up, and gets going as quickly as possible. Now, I know that he was slightly tagged earlier, so I don't know if he's already burned that fast repair that he had, or if he's just going to have to wait on pit road. But very unfortunate. Let's go ahead and bring it back live right now. All right, so it looks like everybody's going to come on down pit road. You saw they were 4 wide right there, and just for some reason, the 40 on the bottom moved up ever so slightly, and it was just a domino effect all the way up to that outside line and carnage behind them. Riding on board with the 24 of Tom Andrews, only Josh Gaiman, Aiden Norman, and Jason Alexander are in front of him for position, as it looks like that 53 Coors machine decided to go ahead and stay out. James Kerr is going to be the first one off, back on track, straight out of the pits. Let's see if we can't grab a quick word with the mayor. Mr. Kerr, it is repeat up in the booth. How's that black acid number 75 ARCS truck doing tonight, sir?
Oh, pretty good.
Man, I tell you, that was a great battle for about P4. They were 4 wide. Just the 40 drifted up ever so slightly, coming through the up off the bottom, and like I just mentioned a moment ago, just kind of a domino effect for everybody else behind them, and some pretty unfortunate damage to some of the trucks behind you.
Yeah, I saw that in my mirror. I tried to jump out and at least get the lap led, and put me in a good spot for the end of the stage here.
Yeah, absolutely. Working lap 23 of 67. The 53 Coors machine of Jason Alexander. He's in front of you. If I'm not mistaken, he'll probably be coming on down pit road. I'm not 100% sure, obviously, but you got Aiden Norman, which has been up front and led quite a few laps so far tonight. He kind of pulled a little bit of a snooker move by breaking up the field on that last restart. Any gameplay from that 75, or are you going to stack them all up and hit the pedal at the same time?
Depending on when Alexander goes, all kind of depends on what I do. As right now, it doesn't look like he's going to pit, so I think he's going to control this.
There you go. Yeah, couldn't quite tell right when I mentioned it whether he's going to make that left towards Albuquerque or not. But, buddy, you're going to have the outside. 62 is going to be on the bottom, and Tom Andrews in that number 24 is going to try to give you a shove for all it's worth, get you up there to lead a lap. You know I'm a fan. I'm a fan of quite a few of these guys, of y'all out there in this series week in and week out. Man, I appreciate everything that you do, and your assist in putting on one hell of a show. Go get him, James.
I'll do it. Appreciate it.
You got it. I'll get you back with your Team Outlaw teammates right now. And as our buddy Rick James always said, sir, keep the shiny side up.
Appreciate it.
You got it. All right, so we got James Kerr back down with his teammates, and it's going to be one hell of a restart when they go back live. So what do y'all think out there? Do you think Jason Alexander foresees another caution coming up here very, very soon? Or do you think he feels like he's good to go and he's set for a while? I definitely see everybody out there. Definitely appreciate you coming out and hanging out with me and everybody else that's out there in chat or in the stands, whatever y'all want to say. But the lights atop the pace car are out. This 53 is going to be the first on the loud pedal. Like you just heard James say, he's just got to try to make sure he goes right when that 53 goes. He can't go ahead of him, otherwise that black flag flies. 62 and 24. All right, 75 is going to come across the line. So James Kerr, he's going to go ahead and lead a lap. He's got the 24 right behind him. It's going to be Tom Andrews, Jason Alexander on the bottom side. He's going to be able to stay right with the 62 and get a big old shove from him. Still side by side going down the backstretch, and they still look like they just went green flag racing, working lap 26 of 67. So about a third of the way through, and still quite a few cars in this. I don't believe anybody other than the 64 is out. Nope, all going all the way back to the 51 of Briley Wright. Everybody's still in this thing. Not quite sure. I apologize. Not quite sure what is going on with the service tonight. I'm not sure if there's an issue with the internet due to all the after effects of Ian or what. I just noticed that my Twitch stream actually died, so trying to work on a couple of things, get this thing back rolling. I apologize. I do see that. There's a problem with a little bit of the bit rate, but man, nothing I can do right now. But I definitely apologize that the stream has gone out. On let's actually go ahead and take a look around. All right, it says that it's back live in about 15 minutes, give or take. Again, I am very, very sorry, but I appreciate you coming back to see the conclusion of this race and find out who's going to go ahead and get it done here at Talladega. After Talladega, we got a pretty interesting schedule coming up. We got Rockingham next week. I'm sorry, in 2 weeks rather. They're actually off next week. They've got Rockingham, Homestead, Miami, Myrtle Beach. That's going to be a lot of fun in these trucks. And then Phoenix on November the 5th to cap off their season. It's going to be one hell of a time. I cannot wait to see how it all wraps up. And I definitely hope all of y'all will be there with me to bring this series to a close. .45 of Patrick Allen on that bottom side. He's going to go ahead and challenge for lap lead, but it's not going to happen. The 24 of Tom Andrews on that high side with the 14 right behind. And then you see that's not going to be Jason Alexander, I don't believe, on the high side. Nope, Jason Alexander is on the bottom. But let's actually jump on board a few of these guys, see exactly how it is they're getting this done. All right. So, yeah, 3 wide now. You see that Coke Zero 45 on the bottom, 24 in the middle. And how about Byron Jones up on the high side coming back after getting wrecked with the 85. That's going to be Jacob Blankenship right behind him. 24 is going to lead him. 3 wide behind him. 3 wide, 2 rows back. 3 wide now, 3 rows back. So we are 3 by 3 by 3. And man, what a great race this is turning out to be. Definitely welcome everybody back, and I apologize for the issues out there on Twitch. I'm not quite sure if the broadcast was killed for everyone or not, but very unfortunate. These guys really doing everything that they can do to put on one hell of a race for you guys. 45, 53, kind of getting just below that apron a little, or just below that yellow line onto the apron, I should say, just a little bit. But how about that 14 shoving that 24? We're going to keep this thing rolling. They are absolutely doing an amazing job. A little bit of instability with the guy that I'm on right now. So we're going to move on up to Byron Jones, moving on up through the field, across the start stripe. He's going to go ahead and lead that lap. Good job to the 29, and he's got, I tell you what, that 85 of Blankenship's been just sticking on that Silverado's tailgate all the way around, and look at the momentum that they are carrying on that high side. As you see that Coors machine get shuffled out of line all the way down on the apron, he's going to have to move back up and hopefully not lose the draft. Looks like he's going to go ahead and pull it right behind that 6 Scotch machine as we've got a new battle for the lead. 24 up top. Now Byron in the middle with the 14 right behind him. 14 was shoving the 24 earlier. He's going to leave Byron. Now the 61's going to go ahead and fill that gap. We are 3 wide for the lead now. 85 on the bottom, 29 in the middle, 24 up top. 1461 and the 45 of Patrick Allen. These guys are changing best friends every single corner, if not every single lap. 45 just below that yellow line. Make sure it doesn't get too squirrely. 85 of Blankenship holding it right on that yellow line, guiding it along the butter, as we used to say, and doing everything that he can. Now, will he stick with the 6? Nope. 61's going to go ahead and leave him out to dry as well. So now James Kerr in that 75, he's going to come on up. He's not going to push that 29 either. Byron has no friends, it seems, tonight. 14 a little bit further back, 75 up high, and now the bottom side has all the momentum as they continue to leave Byron Jones in that sucker hole and let him drop further and further to the rear. New leader, 61 of Joshua Game and 85 of Blankenship. He pushed Byron Jones to the lead. Now he's up to P2 with Joshua Gaiman right in front of him. Patrick Allen back here, P number 3. Then you got the 7 of Tommy Reynolds, the 48 of Tristan Catania, and the 62 of Aiden Norman. Tom Sears back here a little bit further in this number 14. 213simware.com truck. Looks like it's going to be a Toyota for him. We talked about the 29 right behind Tristan right there as well. Then the 40 of Elric George, James Kerr now up on the high side. And look at that, the 24 went from sharing the lead to about P12 in just a lap or two. That goes to show just how quickly things change here at Talladega. How about this number 6 Miracle Grow for Tommy Withers? Kind of a little bit of John Deere green in there. I know they're all Scott's colors. Every time I see this, I think of Carl Edwards, or I think of Kurt Busch's ride way back when in his 97. And then a little bit further back, you see Briley Wright and Jason Alexander. Looks like Mark Brewster didn't actually start, so he's not actually out. He missed the race altogether. Very unfortunate for him. All right, let's go a little bit of a change here. Let's go ahead and bring up your ticker versus the scoring pylon and watch these guys crawl across. Up top, not much has changed. Still the 61 with the 85, giving him a big old shove. Patrick Allen right now sitting P3, up 11 spots from where he qualified. It's a good job by him. Tristan Catania also, after seeing him involved in that wreck just a bit earlier, right now sitting in P number 4, up 6 spots from where he qualified. But Aiden Norman, after grabbing the Smeal Pole Award, or Smeal Racing Pole Award, right now sitting in P number 5. Tom Sears, Tommy Reynolds, Elric George, Jonathan Honeybrink, and Byron Jones going to be your top 10. Let's go ahead and widen this out a little bit so you get just a little bit more of a look at this field as they go on down the backstretch here from Talladega. Watching this kind of racing where everybody's in one long line kind of makes me think of that old Johnny Cash song, I hear the train coming around the bend. That is one long train all the way on that bottom side, just getting it done. Nobody really pulling to the outside or doing anything to challenge for the lead. They're just content right now, just running some laps, working lap 40 of 67. So 27 more laps remaining, as it looks like a lot of these guys, that's why they were single file. A lot of these guys going to go ahead and try to whoa it up and slow it up, come on down pit road. And look what that did. That just put the 48, 14, 62, and 20 back side by side. And they've got 4 trucks behind them in just a line. But the 62, he's still punching, or he's in that hole that the 14 of Tom Sears. He's in that draft. And don't think for a second that James Kerr back here, he's not going to go ahead and suck up to the backside of that machine and have a big old run when the time comes. So far, not just there, but he will be there very, very soon. It'll be interesting to see where he takes that run. Does he go to the outside, or does he check up and kind of talk to the 24 and others as they're going to try to come on down pit road as well? Here they come trying to whoa these machines down to just a mere 55 miles per hour, and everybody does it coming on down pit road. So when this is all said and done, this may put Tommy Reynolds in the lead, depending on how it all works out with this pack when they exit pit road. But there you see James Kerr and others right now. Aiden Norman, he's in this pack also. A little bit further back though, here is the 7 of Tommy Reynolds with the 85 of Jacob Blankenship up his backside. They're going to come on by. Will they be able to take the lead? Let's see. Moving on up. And yeah, Tommy Reynolds and Jacob Blankenship, they're going to be able to go ahead and grab P1 and P2 from everybody that just went on down pit road. Let's widen this out and see exactly how big their lead is and where the rest of the field is. I tell you, going down pit road at Daytona, Talladega, Atlanta, and the iRacing Super Speedway is one of the great equalizers, because it breaks everybody up because of everybody's entrance onto pit road, their speed all the way down pit road to their pit box, getting into their pit box right as they need to where the sign comes on down and hits them in the hood, and then coming off pit road with max speed as well and very, very little tire spin. If they can do that, they're going to have a phenomenal stop. For those that can't, they're going to fall back just a bit. And look at this. We saw this coming as John Honeybrink. He's going to go ahead and bring it on up to the outside. He's going to have the 14 of Tom Sears, 61 of Joshua Gaiman and others just go on by with just their power in numbers. They had 5 trucks on the high side. The 2 trucks on the bottom stood no chance whatsoever. So good battle right here for the top spot. The 20 Interstate Batteries machine of Jonathan Honeybrink. He's going to go ahead and lead a lap. 14, 61, 40, 29, and the 85. All going to stay right there with him. 7 with no friends on that bottom side whatsoever. You see the 40 kind of dive down just a little bit. And just as I say that, the 20 and the 14 doing the same thing. So now we're back side by side, 3 rows deep. 85 of Jacob Blankenship and the 7 of Tommy Reynolds. So we got a 6-pack. I'm sorry, 7-pack right here. Doing their thing. Jeremy Brial, he's leading this train with the 6 and I believe it's going to be the 62. So nice little 3-pack here. Nothing more there. James Kerr all by his lonesome a little bit further back in P number 11. Look at the closing rate from Jeremy Brialt's number 74 Ford F-150. The hold that these guys up here are punching is going to allow the 74 to have a huge run when he gets up there. You see the 85 coming up real quick. You see that U.S. Air Force number 29 Patriot Esports machine for Byron Jones up on the high side. You see the 40 now coming into view. So these guys are going to have a huge run when they get there, but it's not going to last. If they wanted to really try to do something, they were going to have to go to the outside of these guys. And with this pole, Jeremy Brialt just went purple with a time of 51.67. That goes again to show the power of the draft. So Jeremy Brialt pulling up to the back end of the 7 of Tommy Reynolds just gave him the fastest lap of the race so far. Most of this pack is back together, as you see, going all the way back to, I believe that's going to be the 62 of Aiden Norman. So Jason Alexander, he's got 3 others right along with him. That Coors machine, as Tris Catania having to check up just a little bit. If he had gotten under the inside of the 53, might have sent him around. You see the 51. And the 75 Black Acid machine for James Kerr right there also. So since we've got a moment, let's go ahead and go on through the field, kind of reintroduce everybody from the leader on back. Great racing all the way through, so we'll kind of, instead of just jumping on board with all these guys, let's go ahead and switch this up a little bit, pull up their info, and we'll go driver to driver. All right, so we're going to start with the 20 of Jonathan Honeybrink and his Interstate Batteries number 20. Tom Sears back here in his number 14 RaceArcs.com 213 Simware. Looks like Toyota TRD machine. 61 of Joshua Gaiman. Right now sitting P number 3, and his also 213simware.com. By the way, 213 Simware just became the official swag partner of the Sim Racing channel on Roku TV. So if you're out there, go on over to 213simware.com. Take a look at everything that's available, and when you place your order, tell them Pete sent you. Tell them I said hi. How about Joshua Gaiman back here again in this 61? Just mentioned him. Tommy Reynolds in this number 7 Aramark machine, looking pretty good as well. Elric George from the old Clearwater Assassin, old Bossy Geo from back in the day from Nassau, Bahama. Byron Jones from Goodyear, Arizona in this Patriot Esports U.S. Air Force number 29. Tommy Withers down here in this number 6 Scots.com machine. Then we're going to have Aiden Norman in this 62 RaceArcs.com Midwest Barbecue Toyota TRD truck. Jacob Blankenship right behind him in that number 85. And we're talking about that pristineauction.com Ford F-150. Briley Wright a little bit further back in this Cessna number 51. There you see that 75 RaceArcs.com Black Acid machine for James Kerr out of Snow Camp in North Carolina. Tris Catania in this Ally number 48. Looking pretty good so far. I believe he was up there earlier, led a lap. A little bit below that yellow line, getting that truck a little squirrely, but able to come on back up in front of the 53 of Jason Alexander from Salem. And I'm going to guess that's going to be Salem, Massachusetts. Patrick Allen in this number 45 Coca-Cola Zero machine. down below that yellow line. I'm not quite sure if he was having an issue or what. You see the 24, and I believe he's from Atlantic City, New Jersey, or very, very close to it. Tom Andrews in this number 24 Chevy Silverado, and of course those Exalta paint colors. Last but not least, Mark Brewster not able to make the start tonight. Would have been 17 trucks out here, leaving us with 16. So let's go ahead and bring it back up top with Jonathan Honeybrink. 16 laps remaining here from Talladega and the Saturday Night Showdown iRacing Truck Series for the ARCS Series. 4 races to go after tonight. I mentioned it earlier that these guys will be off next week. But after their off week, they're going to head on over to the Rock, talking about Rockingham, where we will see 125 laps around that famed raceway. Then there next week, October the 23rd, talking about Homestead, Miami for 100 laps. Myrtle Beach, 175 laps, 100 miles. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then we're going to cap the full season off at Phoenix International Raceway. That's good. That is Byron Jones's home track. I'll have to see if he's able to get it done there. We'll have to kind of keep up with everything, and all these guys race after race. But yeah, after tonight, just 4 races left in this Midwest Barbecue iRacing Truck Series that these ARCS guys put on. Alex Zimkowski out there said, "What's up, Repeat?" Alex, how are you, man? Good to see you. Thanks for coming out. Definitely appreciate it. These guys put on one hell of a show. Just, I believe, 1 or 2 cautions for a couple of racing incidents aside from the stage break. But other than that, not too shabby, man. Hope you're doing well. Jonathan Honeybrink continues to lead. You see the 24 of Tom Andrews fading further and further back off the back end of this long stream of cars. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, who is that? Is that Elric George back there? That was just, yeah, that was Elric George. That was just barely able to hold on to the back end of that draft, and he went from being up very, very close to the front to going all the way back. The only person that's behind him, only drivers rather, that are going to be behind him, going to be Briley Wright, James Kerr, Tris Catania, Jason Alexander, Patrick Allen, and Tom Andrews. Alex says, Chile and Colorado, nice. Just got back to the room and chimed in. I should hopefully make at least 1 more race this season. Well, Alex, it'll be great to see you out here, and definitely pull for you, man. Up front, not missing anything. Just this long conga line of trucks on the bottom. Everybody kind of guiding it along the butter, as we used to say back in console world. But yeah, definitely want to appreciate you, Alex, and Zone, and everybody else that's been out there tonight that chimed in either in chat or just kind of listening to me go on and on about these ARCS drivers. All right, looks like the 6 of Tommy Withers. He said, you know what? I've had enough. I got to do something if I'm going to give myself any kind of a chance. But will anybody go with him? Or is he just going to be kind of be the man out? You see the 45 of Patrick Allen. He went ahead and ducked up to the high side as well. You just saw the 7 of Tommy Reynolds. Think about it for just a moment. Decided not, just going to go ahead and fall back in line. So Patrick Allen now, he's the sole guy to the outside. Everybody else just kind of guiding along the bottom line. 11 laps remaining. As you see there on the scoring pylon, I mentioned it earlier. You want to keep up with these guys in all of the racing they do. Whether it's on Thursday nights with the one and only Rick James for the TNT series, or Saturday nights when I bring these guys live, or any other night where they're in-house broadcasters, bring you the action each and every day. You want to keep up with them? Go ahead and give them a follow over on Twitter at ARCS_racing. So much going on. How about this 45? I tell you what, he's doing one hell of a job coming on down, grabbing a little bit of a side draft and pulling back up. He's actually not losing too much time. I mean, I believe he's a lap down, but look at him actually, get these guys separated using just a little bit of side draft and then pulling up as we see everybody coming on down pit road to for what should be for their final stop. Wrong one, Pete. Wrong one. There we go. 61 to the wall, 85 into the wall. 61's going to go ahead and grab a gear, spin it around. 85 is going to do the same thing, but it looks like we're going to keep it green. Big oof for a lot of these guys. 51, 75, 53, and more coming on down pit road in their little pack. There you see them all pulling into their pit stop or pit stall and exiting right now. Going to try to get back up on track as quickly as possible. 61 to 6 and more. Looks like Tom Sears is going to go ahead and lead this off of pit road with the 7 of Tommy Reynolds very, very close in tow. 9 laps to go. Is Tom Sears and the 7 of Tom Reynolds, or is it going to be the Tom and Tom show, or is Byron Jones going to go ahead and have something to say about this as well? Or will Byron Jones be the deciding factor? Who does he push if these guys up in front of him decide to go side by side? Does he push the 14 and leave the 7 out to dry, or does he push the 7, leave the 14 out to dry? Or does he take it 3 wide possibly and see who can get to the line first in a big old drag race? But right now, Byron doing the right thing, just covering up the back end of that 7 Aramark machine and seeing exactly what they can do. Jeremy Briel a little bit further back in this number 74 definitely has some damage. You got to wonder if Honeybrink has reached out to the 74 of Jeremy Briel and said, hey man, do you have any damage, or what's going on? It doesn't seem like we're really making up any time. Tom Sears back to Jeremy Briel. It's good 1.4 seconds, the same time that you can see there on your scoring pylon. So the top 3 are scooting away just a little bit. And just as I say that, they lost 2/300ths. So down to 1.39, 1.38 over Jeremy Briel. But as you can see, though, he should be pretty close to that draft distance. So we'll have to see if he starts to pull his way up or what happens. And as you see, Briel 1.41, so they're actually gaining time they're actually losing time to this top 3 versus gaining time. 20 giving that 74 a shove. The best that he can, but is it going to be too late? Will they be able to get on up there and get in that draft? Once the 74 catches the draft off the 29 of Byron Jones, he'll be able to pull himself up since he's got the 20 in his, up his trumpet, so to say. And yeah, there we go. Now we're starting to gain. Now we're in that draft hole, and 74 will start to make headway. Down to 8/10. 20 looks pretty content just to go ahead and shove that 74. The 40 of Elric George also. And now you start to see everybody else in line. Aiden Norman in that 62, just going purple, running a lap of 51.57, right behind the 40 of Elric George, old Bossy Geo from back in the day. So fastest lap to our pole sitter of the race so far. Again, 51.57 for Aiden Norman. Tom Sears continues to lead 74 and company. They are there, but do they have enough on the high side? 7's going to come back up. What's going to happen here? Byron Jones going to stay on the bottom with the 40 of Elric George. 14 now going to go ahead and lead. Aiden Norman puts down another fastest lap of 51.57, 51.93 for Honeybrink. Looks like Jeremy Brill, he's going to go ahead and tie that. So 14.29 and 45 laps remaining. I am very, very surprised to see the way that we're racing right now. I'm surprised that we are not 2 and 3 wide for the trucks that are up here. Jonathan Honeybrink, he's going to be able to find that hole to get right back in behind the 40. Not quite sure if the 62 of Aiden Norman cut him just a little bit of slack right there or not. Tom Reynolds back here in this 7, so he's fallen from second back to P number 6. Jeremy Brial in the 74 that led that procession up behind them. Now back in P7, right where he was when he was shoving, or being shoved, I should say. You just saw the 45 of Patrick Allen. That truck is not for a position. That's merely just helping this front pack. Tommy Withers a little bit further back in this number 6 Scott's machine. He is a good 11 plus seconds back. So right now the only trucks that have a real shot at going for this W are in the top 7. Back to this guy right here. Back to the 74 of Jeremy Brial. Side by side for 4, 5, 6, and 7. The third position for Elric George on the bottom. 29 in P number 2. 14 leading the way. 4 laps remaining at the line. Will be 3. Is anybody going to pull out? Will the 7 go with them if they do? What's going to happen? You're going to have to stay put for 3 more laps to find out. Let's go. Where do you guys think the move is going to come from? Is it going to come from the 40 or will it come from the 29? Is the 29 content in just shoving the 14 around? Will the 14 try to block and will it collect this top 7? What do y'all think out there in chat? Where does the move come from and are we done with cautions? Getting closer and closer to finding out the first part if we're done with cautions. If these guys come across the white stripe, come across the start stripe and see the white flag on this next lap, that will be it. Checkers or wreckers. 14, 29, 40, still your top 3. After that, it's kind of mixing up just a little for the 20. He's got the 7 to his outside. 74, 45. 45 is not for position. He is a lap down, but he's going to have a great view to find out exactly what happens. Look at the 74 shoving that 7. He's going to give the 29 of Byron Jones and the 40 of Elric George a run for their money. Coming through the trial, coming to the white flag. Who's it going to be? Zimkowski says Sears is going to need to be aggressive on the block. I think everyone's waiting it out till the run off for the last lap. Yeah, absolutely. There it is, side by side down the backstretch. 29 completely hooked up with that 14, no shove. But now Byron also sees that 7 out there, knows that he cannot pull out. He's going to have to be completely content shoving that 14. Lap truck looks like it's going to be Tristan Catania down on the inside. 7, 14, 29, 74. 74's got some damage. Is that going to hinder him in the push to the 14? Coming through the tri-oval. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? 74's up into the wall. At the line, I think it's going to be Tom Sears. Down low, yes it is. Wow. And they're wrecking after the stripe. Wow, wow, wow. Let's see, since we're on Tom Sears, let's go back to Byron Jones and let's replay this. All right, this is on board with Tommy Reynolds. Let's go to let's actually jump on board with Byron Jones and change up this camera just a little bit, get a little bit better of a view. $14 getting the shove, 29 staying right there with him. 7's going to try to come down just a little bit. 74 is going to take a ride to the outside wall, pounding the wall hard. 62 also. 4-5 wide for that for the win. Hell of a job by so many. Alex says, let Lurk and Tom know in the interview, get ready for a Boston party with me for New Year's. Well, all right, man. Hell yeah. Let's go ahead and bring it back live. All right, let's go ahead and clear the boards. Give this 14 his due. Let him burn him down. All right, Tom's going to go ahead and just let it be. After I'm not quite sure if the motor popped right there or not, but good job by Tom Sears. We're also going to talk to Tommy Reynolds and Byron Jones in just a little bit. Guys and gals, don't nobody go nowhere. We will be right back. I absolutely promise you. All right, ladies and gents, we are back with our top three. We're going to kick it off first with driver 29 in that Patriot Esports U.S. Air Force, number 29, Silverado, up one spot from where he qualified. So Byron Jones, you started P4, ending up P3. Nice run for you. Hell of a push on that last lap to the 14. Got him this W, and you were 5 wide across the line. Everybody else behind you wrecked. Talk us through your race. I saw you have a couple of instances there. One where you got tagged in the left rear, which sent you around. And then another one, huge wreck, a little bit later on. I'm going to guess that cost you your one and only fast repair. But talk us through your race and what this P3 means for your overall standings, please.
Yeah, Pete, I mean, this is amazing right here. Taking a P3 after not so good race at Long Beach for me. I mean, I had to come in here, I had to step up, I had to do good in order to help myself get into this round of 8. But it was a wild race. Honestly, I knew from the beginning it was going to be a wild card. But that was one of the things that I've starting to learn, that I'm secretly good at plate tracks. I've been constantly, I mean, the past few finishes, I mean, you go back and look at any league, any super speedway race I've been at, I've been within the top 3, top 5 at the end of the race. And it's just, it all comes down to placement, knowing when you're going to come down pit road, who you're going to come down pit road with, and minimizing the mistakes that you have down pit road. Me and Joshua and I believe Alec George and Patrick, we were all working together and we all shot down. Joshua got unfortunate and got tagged. Patrick fell a lap down, and then Elrich, I can't remember what happened to Elrich. I think he might have been hooked up too with that pit road incident, but I'll take it. P3, it's feeling good heading into the next round, which I believe is Rockingham.
Yep.
So not one of my best tracks, but I'm definitely going to take the time, learn the track, feel good about it. But I'll take it. P3 for the U.S. Air Force Chevy Silverado. It's feeling pretty good, especially knowing that I'm getting even closer to inching to that round of 8, then that round of 4, hopefully taking on Phoenix in my hometown.
Yeah, we actually talked about Phoenix International Raceway being your home track. And as always, buddy, you know I'm a fan. Congratulations on 3rd place in this Spiel Racing Designs Podium Award. You're getting better and better. I have no doubt you'll spend a little extra time at the Rock, and we'll see you there in 2 weeks. We're actually off next week. Have to see if these ARCS boys put together any kind of a fun race next week, or just let it all hang out until it's time to battle at the Rock. Congratulations again, Byron.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's a good thing I got next week off. I'm actually going to be down at NASCAR in real life working over there. I got an event going on that I got to go work out. But yeah, I'll take it. P3, just want to shout out to you for creating the team, making what it is, doing what you do every week, week in, week out, coming up here, willing to take the time to broadcast the extra hour and a half to 2 hours out of your day to make us such a great community and amazing races to go back and watch. Shout out to my grandma. I don't know if she's out there watching, but she's always there week in, week out. I wouldn't be surprised if she is there tonight. Shout out to my paint design company, one of the new ones that I've just made, Jones Paint and Design. I've been creating paint schemes left and right. If you want to check me out, I'm on Twitter. It should be at Jones P&D. So I'll take it, man. On to Rockingham. Let's hope we can go ahead and finish well there in this round of 8. Round of 12. Pretty good.
There you go. All right, moving on over. Tommy Reynolds in that number 7. Tommy, you were on the outside of the 29, and man, when push came to shove, that 74 was not going to leave your backside, or so it seemed, until something happened with him. He went hard on the outside wall right along with the 62. You didn't need the help anymore after that, because we were 5 wide coming across the line. The 7 able to dive on down, you right there with him. One hell of a finish for that hour mark, number 7.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, unfortunate. I wasn't up front most of the race, and then as soon as we got up there, something unfortunate always happened. Jeremy, who was pushing me basically the whole time, got a little bit of a tap, and then, yeah, I mean, I thought it was a pretty good race. I made a interesting couple moves in the beginning, but that was about it. Um, it's just unfortunate. Congrats to Tom on the win. It's always nice to see him win, and then. But yeah, I mean, it's just unfortunate with it being that close and having an unlucky wreck like that.
Well, unlucky wreck for you, but amazing for everybody out there that was watching this race tonight. I didn't realize that it was actually 5 wide until I went back and replayed the wreck and the finish because I didn't see exactly how Tom got it done. I was riding along with the 74, and once he got put up into the outside wall, I had to do a little bit of fast maneuvering to get up with you or Tom or Byron to see exactly how y'all came across the line. And man, you did it in grand style. Where do you see yourself at Rockingham, or will you be using this extra week to maybe lay down some rubber and do a little extra practice?
Unfortunately, because of my work schedule, I don't know when I'm really racing anymore, but hopefully I'll be at Rockingham. Definitely not one of my favorite tracks in the world, so we'll see. But I'm not able to show up here every week, so it was kind of like a fun every other week thing for me to show up. But yeah, just unfortunate. It's just so close.
So close yet so far. Well, great job, Tommy. Good to be able to talk to you. Any quick friends, family, sponsors you need to get shout out there, sir?
I'd just like to congratulate Tom Sears on the win. It was a fun battle.
There you go. Well, talking about Tommy Sears in that number 14, RaceArcs.com, 213 Simware, number 14, Toyota TRD. Tom, you got to stop at these sponsors. I'm getting longer and longer winded every time I get a chance to talk to you. Congratulations on this W, sir.
Thank you, Pete. And as usual, thank you for these streams on Saturdays. So grateful for what you're doing here for ARCS and SNS. Want to give a quick shout out there to Byron for the big push at the end. If he didn't push like that, there's just no way I would have been able to be at that point when we got to the line. So he's not a teammate. We're not teammates. I have my teammates, but I got to thank him for that push. Good race there with Reynolds at the end. I'm certain if they didn't spin behind him, he probably would have crossed the line anyways. But yeah, just got to stick around. I was a little bummed out when we wrecked wide early in the race. Use up a fast repair. Use up an early fast repair here at Talladega or Daytona, usually in a little bit of a dangerous spot. So just happy I was able to even be there at the end. I'm not gonna lie, being first for like the last 10 laps when everyone's behind you, just planning what they're gonna do, and everyone's setting up and seeing how they're gonna, try and, essentially do what they gotta do, right? You gotta try and make a move for the win, right? If you're not first at these speedways. So it's just a little nervous feeling because you're sitting duck and you're just hoping you don't make too many moves or you don't make the wrong move or something like that. I know I threw a block on Reynolds there. Actually, I don't think he mentioned it. I felt kind of Joey Logano about that. So, but we did that. We're going for a win. Thankfully, we did not wreck from that move. A little unusual for me, but I'm gonna do it. Playoffs. This is our last speedway in the truck, so we're gonna do it. I'm just happy he didn't get wrecked out. And as for my teammates during the race, we really worked really hard to try and put together and get our guys to lead some laps. It's a bonus point. So I was hoping for more of them to be there at the end with me, but they kind of got me back. So, yeah, decent outcome.
Oh yeah, very very decent outcome, and it was a lot of fun to catch this race. 2, 3 wide, 3, 4 rows deep at one point. The whole lot of fun. Had quite a few people out there keeping up with things. Speaking of people out there keeping up with things, Alex Zimkowski says, hey, let Lurkin know in the interview to get ready for a Boston party with me for New Year's. So not only are you partying here at Dega and this W with 4 races to go, you're getting ready for a New Year's party with Alex up in Boston, Mass. I guess maybe chuck some tea into old Boston Harbor or chucking something else. Hopefully not. But, man, congratulations on this W. What are you going to do to prepare for Rockingham in 2 weeks?
Yeah, hopefully we don't get arrested up there in Boston. I have 0 arrests. Hope to keep it that way. As for Rockingham, we're going to have to practice. Rockingham is a very difficult track. I call Darlington the toughest oval racing asphalt surface on planet Earth. I stand by that. I'll argue with anybody about it. But if there's any argument someone could make about it, it would be Rockingham. That is a difficult track. Obviously, I've only raced it in sim racing, but it seems pretty freaking difficult. It's unforgiving. It's bumpy. It can get tight on corner exits. So it's going to have to do a little bit of practice if we want to do good there. I think we're locked in for the next round. I'm not sure actually how the SNS playoff works if you are locked in with a win, but I assume on points we would probably be locked in anyways, but we're going to act like we're not and try and practice up a little bit.
All right, buddy. And last but not least, of course, as always, any quick friends, family, sponsors you need to get out there, sir?
Yeah, obviously, thank you. Thank you very much, Pete. Appreciate it. Want to thank my beautiful fiance for letting me do all this crazy racing. Want to thank the Team Outlaw drivers. I think we do a great job on our plate race stuff. That's something that we definitely try to kind of figure out. And big thanks to 213simware.com for having me on board. It's been pretty cool seeing them unveil some new products and plans they have, and somehow or another my part of it gets in one of the test images for things they're unveiling. So I appreciate that from them. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's really all I got. And thank you to Tristan Catania and Tommy Withers, the admins here at SNS.
Yeah, I tell you, I saw a tweet from 213 Simware just about 3-4 days ago about when they announced a fleece throw pillow, or I'm sorry, fleece blanket that they're going to be bringing out very soon. A 60 by 80. Tom, that is huge. And I sent him a message like, hey man, I'd love to get one of these things. And they said, man, we can absolutely make that. I DM'd them on Twitter, and they said, man, we can absolutely make that happen. Send us a couple images of your favorite iRacing scheme. So I plan on doing that very, very soon, and going to go ahead and grab one of my own. And I believe they said they're going to be just about $55 when they're released. But Tom, a 60 by 80, dude, that is huge. To go ahead and wrap yourself up on one of these cold winter days that are coming.
Yeah, I need some new blankets, so I'll be decked out in some 213simware.com gear for sure.
There you go. All right, of course, we cannot forget our buddies over at Midwest Barbecue. I should put their web link out there in chat, MidwestBBQEquip.com. Whether you need something small or large to tailgate at your next track, make sure you go on over, look them up, MidwestBBQEquip.com. And we can't forget our buddy over on Instagram talking about Chicks and Honey, CHIX, the and sign, Honey, HONEY, Chicks and Honey. On Instagram, it's a page all about teaching people how to create a self-sufficient homestead. We're teaching others how to turn raw land into self-sufficient property. Everything from solar, self-building your house, creating a garden, and raising your own animals to provide meat, dairy, and goods to your family. And like I've said, stream after stream for this great ARCS truck series on Saturday night. For their showdown. I don't know if you haven't walked any aisle in a grocery store as of late and seen the prices of eggs and peanut butter and everything else that you buy, if you're not allergic to those two, I should say. Man, the prices have just been going through the roof. go on over to Chicks and Honey on Instagram, give them a follow, take a look at all their posts and their how-tos, and man, you could not only build something up on your property, but also save yourself quite a bit in that wallet as well. All right, guys, we will be back again tomorrow night with the Turn Down for What iRacing Truck Series. Monday night with the Shake and Bake iRacing Cup Series, and then Tuesday night again. I believe the Turn Down for What guys might be off because KS Gaming 51 is on a road trip. And more to come, actually, very, very soon. I'll actually be in the booth with the one and only Frozen Toes 24, or Eliza Bethal, for her All-American Racing Truck Series. I'm sorry, Next Gen Series, excuse me. So, yeah, a lot coming in the works. Definitely appreciate everybody for coming out, hanging out, chatting it up, keeping me and all of y'all company. We will be back again soon. Stay safe, everybody. Later.